Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and it's that time of the week where we look at the top eBay sales for Nolan Ryan cards. So let's go ahead and get started.
Number 10
is the 1977 Topps number 650 and a PSA 9 that reportedly sold for $1,382. I could not verify the sale on 130 point, but eBay said it sold after 25 bids. There are 295 PSA 9 copies of this card out there, and only 21 cards grade higher. Previous PSA 9 copies of this card have sold for $1,414.14 and $1,699.99 earlier this month on eBay.
Number 9
is the 2021 Triple Threads Relic Auto card with Nolan Ryan, Albert Pujols, and Mike Trout out of 3, and a PSA 9 that sold for $1,482. 2021 Triple Threads was a 100 card set distributed in 7 card hobby packs that contained 3 base cards, 2 numbered parallels, 1 numbered relic card, and either a numbered autograph or autographed relic. Nolan had 9 cards in this set. This is the Sapphire parallel that is numbered out of 3. There is a Ruby parallel 1 out of 1 also available.
Number 8
is the 1971 O-Pee-Chee number 355, Bud Harrelson and Nolan Ryan, and a PSA 8.5 that reportedly sold for $1,500. I couldn't verify this sale either on 130 point. This technically is not a Nolan Ryan card, but Nolan appears in the foreground as number 30 in Bud Harrelson's card, so I'm counting it. This is the highest graded 1971 O-Pee-Chee Bud Harrelson card, and it is the only 8.5. I could find no other recent sales of this card.
Number 7
is the 1969 Topps number 533 in a PSA 6 for the card and 10 for the auto that sold for $2,000. This is a gorgeous card with a very crisp signature. There are only 21 similarly graded cards in the PSA database and only 11 cards graded higher. I could find no other prior sales for comparison.
Number 6
is the 1985 Topps Tiffany number 760 in a PSA 10 that reportedly sold for $2,100 after 1 bid. I could not verify this sale on 130 point. There are only 48 PSA 10 copies of this card out there, and only 662 1985 Topps Tiffany Nolan Ryans graded in general. Recent sales of a PSA 10 of this card occurred in July of this year. One sold for $2,770 and the other sold for $2,850. So if this sale did happen, it was on the low end.
Number 5
is the 2011 Topps Triple Threads Nolan Ryan, Felix Hernandez, and Roy Halladay Auto Relic Combo card number TTARC-8 in a PSA 10 for the card and 10 for the auto that sold for $5,495. 2011 Triple Threads was a 168 card set that was distributed in boxes of 2 packs with 7 cards per pack. Each card was serial numbered to 1500. Nolan had 15 cards in this set, including this Relic Auto Combo card. This is the Sepia parallel number to 27. Other parallels include the Emerald out of 18, Gold out of 9, Sapphire out of 3, Platinum 1 of 1, Wood 1 of 1, and White Whale Plates 1 of 1. This card is weird though, because there's a record of this exact card selling less than 30 minutes later for $3,500. Super weird.
Number 4
is the 1968 Topps Jerry Koosman and Nolan Ryan rookie card in a PSA 9 with an off-center qualifier that sold for $8,000. This card is beautiful, but I can see why it gave it an OC qualifier. However, those corners are very sharp. There are only 68 PSA 9s in the database, with only 1 card graded higher. Why on earth does PSA group 9s with qualifiers with 9s that don't have qualifiers? I don't get it, because a 9 with any type of qualifier significantly drops its value. The last PSA 9 with an OC qualifier sold on Fanatics Collect for $3,960 in April of this year. So PSA 9s of this card seem to be all over the place.
Number 3
is the 1970 Topps number 712 in a PSA 9 with an NBA Gold Dead Center sticker that sold for $12,000. This card is hard to get centered, but I agree, this one looks pretty spot on dead center. The 1970 Nolan was a high series card, so there are theoretically less of them floating around. Out of the 7,144 total graded PSA 1970 Nolans, only 131 are graded as a PSA 9. There are only 3 cards graded higher. Another PSA 9 sold on eBay this week for $10,000. However, that one was a tad off center from left to right.
Number 2.
Is the 1971 Topps number 513 in a PSA 8.5 with an NBA silver sticker that reportedly sold for $12,287.67 or best offer. I could not verify this sale on 130 point, and I don't know what the best offer was, but I wanted to include it because this is now the second card on this list that has this NBA certification. So I guess on top of grading, you can submit your cards to NBA for them to analyze and perhaps put a sticker on it, if it meets their standards, of course. Has anyone ever done this? When any of you do this, to me, I feel like it's a bit overkill, but that's just me. Anyway, getting back to this card. There are only 28 PSA 8.5 copies of the 1971 Topps Nolan out there and only 43 cards graded higher. There are no PSA 10s. No recent sales can be found for comparison. The last sale of an 8.5 was back in July of 2023 for $3,960. Another sold in May of 2021 for $5,150. In my opinion, this sale seems a little high and probably didn't happen, but who knows.
And finally, number 1.
Is the 1968 O-Pee-Chee Jerry Koosman and Nolan Ryan rookie card in a PSA 8 with an OC qualifier that reportedly sold for $17,999.99. I could not verify the sale on 130 point either, and I couldn't find out what the best offer was, so take this sale with a grain of salt as well if you want. There are only 13 PSA 8s of the O-Pee-Chee out there, and there are no PSA 10s or 9s. There are only 207 graded 1968 O-Pee-Chee Nolan rookies in the PSA database, so the O-Pee-Chee is a lot rarer than the Topps. I could find no recent sales of an O-Pee-Chee 8 OC for comparison. However, a PSA 8 with no qualifier sold back in August of 2024 on Heritage Auctions for $42,000. And guys, that wraps it up for this week. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the eBay sales. Please let me know what you thought of all those sales and all the cards associated with them. But thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.